Okay, this is game 14 of a match between Fairy Stockfish and Cyclone. Again, the most funny thing of this match is that I saved all the games in Winboard 4.8, that is the GUI, the graphic user interface used by these engines for the match. They were saved correctly. There are no problems in reading them as if I open them as a text editor. So I can read them, I can print them. But the funny thing is, if I try to reopen them with Winboard 4.8, it doesn't open them, in the sense that, for example, this is a game in 77 moves, and it finds a mistake maybe at move 15 or at move 23, and it cannot go farther than that. So I'm using XieXieMaster, that is a program created by, I think, a Vietnamese programmer living in France, to read the games and save and record them. So game 14 of a match between Fairy Stockfish and Cyclone. Now I continue to tell the result. Fairy Stockfish won, but in reality Fairy Stockfish won all 24 games. So the only difference is that some of these games were won for time and some for checkmate. So that's the reason why some of them don't end up in checkmate. The time control, like mentioned before, was game in 60 minutes and 30 seconds increment. It's also interesting to notice that the engines were able to follow the rules of Chinese chess, which often are, I believe, are kind of difficult. So some of these games, in my opinion, are very interesting for the endgame, because it shows us how the engine is able to convert a material advantage into a win. And sometimes it's kind of difficult to do that. So also because in this case, for example, a human can imagine immediately the formation he wants to achieve, which means the two pawns, soldiers inside the enemy palace. But the engine can't, because it's beyond its own horizon. And maybe there is not only that formation to win, but that formation could be important, no? If one is able to do that. So my point is that some of these so-called endgames, because they are beyond the horizon of the engine, can be difficult for the engine to win. And here we see the end of a game. And Fairy Stockfish won, so this was game 14 of a match.